Hello Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today we're going to be making a paper pumpkin alternate, sort of, kinda. So we're going to be using the stamp set from the Sweeter With You paper pumpkin kit. We're also going to be using the Inspiring Imperfections bundle, so the stamp set and the dies, along with the Kintsugi Inspiration Specialty Designer Series paper, and some other things, okay? So before we get started on our project, of course, we have to go over the buzzworthy business of the day. I have our Farmhouse Florals paper pumpkin kit that's going to make 9 whimsical cards. You have until August 10th to subscribe to get this particular kit that's going to come with the Secret C stamping spot. We have our Circle of the Seasons add-on dies for $12. It coordinates with July, August, and September paper pumpkin kits. I do have a link in the description box below if you need to sign up for the paper pumpkin. You can also go to my blog at honeybeestampinhive.com. Next, we have our Stampin' Rewards program, where you earn 10% on all orders of $20 or more, excluding tax and shipping. You redeem your rewards on future orders, track and save rewards in your online Stampin' Up! Account, and your rewards do expire 12 months after the earning date. Lastly, we have our mystery boxes. These are the medium flat rate USPS boxes that I have stuffed full of new and used retired Stampin' Up! Products. I'm asking just $30 for each box. Shipping is included. I do know my signage says $35. This is going to be the price starting August 1st because postage prices have gone up. So until the end of July, you can get these mystery boxes for just $30, okay? So that is all of our buzzworthy business for today. So let's get started on our project. So I'm going to be making a fault line card, something I haven't done before. So the first thing we're going to do is some stamping and die cutting and embossing. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So I have a piece of basic white here, is just scrap. I'm going to get my embossing materials ready. So this is my paper I always use to emboss on. Where's my Versamark ink? Here it is, right where I put it. So we're going to take Versamark ink in our image from the stamp set. And we're going to stamp that right in the middle. Give us plenty of room to die cut. And I forgot to use my embossing buddy, but that's okay. Hopefully it won't be much of this to stick anywhere. Let's put our powder in our container. And I'm not worried about too many strays of the embossing powder because we are going to be die cutting. So let me put this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have this piece with the embossing powder on. I have some tweezers here that I'm gonna hold my paper down with, and I'm gonna get my heat tool and we're gonna heat this up. Okay, so that's heated up. You don't want to overheat it because then it'll lose its shine. So we have that. Now we're going to get our die. Where did I put the die? And we're going to die cut this out. So let me just line this up. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. And I have a little bit of washi tape that I'm going to secure this with. Okay. Get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And run this through. Okay, so now we have our die cut piece, and we're going to do some coloring on this. So I have, let me move this stuff out of the way. I have an ink spot with our cloud cover ink, and I'm going to put that on a block. Just stamp a little bit onto the block. Get my ink, and I have my Wink Stella glitter brush, the clear glitter brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this cloud cover, and we're going to just color in our flower just a little bit. I don't want it too dark, but I just want a little color on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. So if you see the paper, it isn't. And I'm gonna get some more and just do some of these a little darker. Just sort of give it a little something. Just a little something in there to look at. Okay, clean my brush off. And that is that. Okay, so now we can get to the fault line part. So I have my pieces here. So I have a thick basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I've already done my inside here. It's Misty Moonlight 5 by 3 3/4. Then a piece of basic white that's 3.5 by 4 3/4, and some designer series paper that is 3.5 by 3/4. And I've gone ahead and stamped using the stamp set from the paper pumpkin kit, and it says "You're the best." We're just going to put that on the inside of our card base. Okay, next I have some Misty Moonlight. This is 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 2 3/4, and a piece of designer series paper that is 4 2 3/4. Then we have some designer paper that is 3 7/8 by 4. Then I have some copy paper that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so we're going to take this and glue it down to our copy paper. Now you can use the basic white if you want to, but this entire thing is going to get covered up, so I didn't want to waste basic white just to be covered up. So I'm using copy paper. Okay, so we're going to just glue that on there. Next, we are going to take our 2 4 by 2 3/4 pieces of paper. We're going to stack them together, and we're going to tear it towards us. So I'm going to start a little bit down on this edge, and I'm going to end a little bit up on this corner. So we're going to tear diagonally. And they don't have to be perfect. You just tear it how you see fit. Okay, but keep those two together and these two together. And we're going to glue these down to each other. Actually, before I glue it, I'm going to stamp on this white piece. So I have our Misty Moonlight ink and the Hello Friend from the paper pumpkin kit. And we're going to stamp that right up here. Just like that. Okay. And then I am also going to rough up these edges. And I want to do this before I glue it down because I just find it easier. Just this edge that you tore, I'm going to rough it up. Rough it up. And I'm going to do the same with the designer series paper. We're going to rough it up, but bringing it towards us, okay? I just find it easier to rough it up when it's not attached. Because I tried it both ways. Because I did test this out before I thought I'd bring you a video on it to make sure I knew what I was doing. And the first card was, woo. Oh, I shouldn't have put that all the way to the top. So we're just going to line this up. Let me get my silicone craft sheet here. We're going to line this up, leaving a little of this exposed, but we're just going to line it up from side to side, making sure that the cardstock and the designer series paper are even on the sides, okay? Just like that. Then down here, we can just rough these up because we're not stamping anything on it. I don't think we are. No, we're not stamping anything on this. I could, just to give it something. But I think I like it is. And if I just change my mind, I'll do it later. So we're going to rough these edges up. Rough them up. Let them know who's boss. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue. This way, when I put the glue on, I don't have to worry about not gluing my edges down because I've already roughed it up. But I want to make sure that I leave a little bit showing, but that they're even side to side. Okay. So next, we're going to glue this down to our copy paper piece. So we're going to put glue, come on glue, on the back side. And we're going to line this up at the top of our copy paper, making sure it's even. Oh man, and I made this 4 by 2 3/4. It should have been 3 7/8. So we're going to have to cut it down, but that's okay. I'd rather it be too long than too short, right? And we're going to put this, make sure it's even, just like that. Ooh, I forgot I got glue on the back side. So we're gonna take some scissors that you don't care about getting adhesive on and just trim off that extra if you made a mistake like I did and cut it a little too long. But it's okay, because you fix it just like that. All right, now this is going to get adhered to our Misty Moonlight 5 1/4 by 4 piece. Oh, come out of there. Just with a tiny little border, because it's just an 1/8 inch larger than our focal point piece here. Okay, and then we're going to put this onto our card base. Like this, just like this. Okay, and then we're going to get some Stampin' Dimensionals to put on the back of our flower here. Ooh, I'm all sticky. And we're going to put that right about there, like that. That's pretty cute. Then I have these flower accents that come in this suite of products. The Kintsugi Inspirations is called, I think. And we're going to add some of these on with our Take Your Pick tool. So I think I want to put 2 down here. And I'm going to put 1 here, then I want to put 2 more right here, like that. And isn't that cute? So they used the Paper Pumpkin Kit stamp set along with the Kintsugi, but I want to show you my sample card uses all Paper Pumpkin products besides the cardstock, of course. So this is the flowers from the dies that coordinate, the Circle of Season dies. I die cut that with the basic white. This is a flower, a strawberry from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. This is one of the card bases from the Paper Pumpkin Kit, and the stamp set is from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. I don't know if you can see, but underneath on the back of the Daffodil Delight is what I used. I stamped the little flowers in the background. Goodness gracious, that was hard to get out. And I put Wink of Stella on the strawberry, and in the middle of all the flowers that's on the Daffodil Delight, I took my blending brush and brushed on some Daffodil Delight ink around the edges of the daffodil. And this is Poppy Parade in the background, Poppy Parade ink. And these embellishments, what did I use? They are so cute. I think it's these, the low profile sparkle dots. It's Darling Duckling, but they still match perfectly with that Daffodil Delight. And so this is the inside. So these are my first 2 Paper Pumpkin alternates. Aren't they cute? Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later. Bye.